Hi, Raúl.
Hello.
Welcome. Eric Quinteros.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Good evening. Eric looks very relaxed too. Look.
I don't like.
You are not relaxed.
So.
Okay. So. Rebecca, hello.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Eunice, hi. Carlos Aquino, Emperatriz. Welcome. Good evening. Okay, guys. I'm okay. And you, Carlos? How are you?
I am tired.
You're tired? Okay. You work a lot.
I am sleeping. I
No,
have to sleep.
don't fall asleep. No yet.
Sleeping.
Don't fall asleep yet. No, please.
Okay.
Okay, welcome everybody to another class. I am very happy to see you. One more class. I hope you had a very good weekend. I know that Mondays are very tiring sometimes, but welcome. Anyways, welcome, and I hope that you forget everything right now. Forget everything. Just focus in the English class, please. Don't think about your job. Don't think about anything. Just about English. So let's see. What did we do in the last class? What do you remember? What did we study in the last class? What do you remember? Any volunteer?
The apostrophe.
Okay, the apostrophe, yes, that's right. We'll talk about that.
Simple present.
Simple present, correct. Talk about the simple present. And also, we talk about activities at work, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so how do you say supervisar in English? Supervisar in English? What is it? Remember the vocabulary? Diseñar in English?
Development.
Develop? Develop, yes. Develop is like desarrollar.
Es designing.
Design, very good. Design, diseñar, design. Good. Supervisar in English is supervise, right? Supervise, design. What about enviar correos? How do you say that in English?
Send email. Send email.
Send an email or send emails. Very good. Tener reuniones in English.
Have meetings.
Have meetings, correct. Have meetings, that's right. So those are some of the expressions or some of the words that we studied in the last class. Please study those verbs because they are related to activities at work. So the homework, what was the homework? It was to rearrange some words, order some words to create complete sentences. That was the homework from the last class, right? So let me share my screen right now. look at the homework. Here. Okay, so this activity number 5, this was the homework. It says, unscramble the sentences with the word provided using the simple present. If you remember, the structure of simple present is subject, verb, and complement. That is the structure. Subject, verb, and complement. So number 1, what is the correct ordering? Number 1, unscramble the sentences with the words provided. Order the words.
They keep track of the final outcome of company.
Okay, let me see. Wait. I'm gonna write the word. Let me see. It says, they keep track of
Financial
Of company.
financial
account
of
companies.
of the company. Okay, let's include of the company. Okay, very good. That is the first one. They keep track of financial accounts of the company. Good. What about number 2?
We don't advertise the company on internet.
Okay, we don't advertise the company on internet. Okay, very good.
Advertise. ¿Cómo se pronuncia?
Advertise. Repeat.
Advertise. Okay.
Yeah.
Advertise.
Do you remember the meaning, Emperatriz, of advertise? ¿Se acuerda del significado de advertise? The meaning, lo que significa advertise.
No.
You don't remember?
No.
Okay, advertise is to give publicity.
Publicidad.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Publicity. So, but this is the action, right? If you have one product, you advertise your product on the internet.
Publicidad de productos en internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, number 3, I every day, notes in the meetings, take. What is the correct order?
I take
notes
notes
in the
every
meeting
day.
every day.
Okay, I take notes in the
Every
meeting.
day.
Meeting
Every
day.
day. That's right. Take notes in the meeting. Every day. Meetings in plural, sorry. Meetings. Great. What about number 4? What is the answer?
Carlos
and
Mauricio.
Carlos and Mauricio.
Carlos y Mauricio.
Answer phone
At the reception.
at the
At the
reception.
reception.
At the reception. Okay. Carlos and Mauricio answered the phone at the reception. In all of these examples, as you can see, we have subject, verb, complement. For example, in the first one, they keep track of financial accounts of the company. What is the subject?
They
What is the verb?
keep
And then the complement is?
track of financial account of the company.
Correct. Right? Then the second sentence is in the negative form. Negative form. We don't advertise. We don't advertise the company on internet. Okay, we don't do it on internet, but probably we advertise the company on the newspaper, on the radio. So we have subject, verb, and complement, right? Remember that right now we are talking about activities at work. We are using verbs. Okay, so now, what is the objective of today's class? What is the objective? Let's see. We are going to continue talking about activities at work. Okay, activities at work. Participants will be able to describe their job position and activities they do at work. Okay, agenda, review. We are going to review the simple present. We're going to practice the simple present. Then we will listen to a conversation. And then we're going to have an activity to practice the topic of today. We are going to focus on the simple present, but now we are going to be using something in the verb. We are going to be using something or an S in the verb. So, in the previous class, we talked about the uses of simple present. We use it to talk about habits, repeated activities. For example, I have classes, we work, you work. I don't have, we don't work, you don't live. But what happens when the subject is he, she, or it? Look, what happens with he, she, or it? Can you help me, please, Eric, to read the examples over here, please?
Okay. He studies in university. She likes likes cheeses. He eats work.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Eric. What do you observe, Sulma, in these examples? What is different from the previous verbs?
ES or
Okay.
S.
ES or S. Very good. If the subject, remember, if the subject is I, you, we, or they, the verb is normal. Look, have, work, live, watch. But what happens if the subject is he, she, or it? Sulma just mentioned the right answer. We are using ES or S. So, he studies. Look, he studies. We have IES. What is the verb in the base form in this case? What is the verb in the base form? Ah, okay. The verb is study. Okay. I study, but he studies. Okay. If the subject is he, she, or it, I'm going to include the IES in this case, studies. Look at the next one. She likes cheese. She likes cheese. But what happens if the subject is I? If the subject is I, for example, then the verb will be I like. I like. But I have she. So she likes. I'm going to include the letter S because the subject is she. Look at the next one. It says it works with S. It works. What happens if I say you? What is the verb?
Work.
Work.
You work. You work. But if the subject is it, then I'm gonna say it works.
Works.
Exactly. Now, the form of the verb depends on the subject. He, she, and it are going to have the S in the verb. Okay? Do you understand that? Yes, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Little
again.
mirror.
Okay, look. When the subject is I, you don't have to include anything in the verb. The verb is normal. But if the subject is he, she, or it, I need to include the S in the verb. So let's see a more complete example. Let's see. Look at this case. If you want to say, for example, yo trabajo todos los días. Tell me the sentence in English. What is it?
I
I work
work
Every
every
day.
day.
I work every day. I work every day. Okay, great. I work every day. But now I want to say, Eunice trabaja todos los días.
He works every day.
Eunice works
Okay. Eunice works
Every day.
every day.
every day.
Yes, Eunice works. So, yo trabajo todos los días. I work every day. Eunice trabaja todos los días. She works every day. The subject is different, so the principal verb is going to be affected. El verbo es afectado, okay, dependiendo del sujeto. For I, no problem. The verb is normal. But if the subject is he, she, or it, you have to include the S. We're talking about routines. Another example, let's use another verb. How do you say jugar in English?
Play.
Play.
Okay,
Play.
play. Good. So,
I
I can say,
Play.
you
Play.
play soccer,
Play.
okay?
soccer.
You play soccer. What happens if the subject is he?
Play.
he plays
Play.
Okay, he plays soccer. Okay, you play, he plays. We are using another verb. Let's see, another verb. I want to use another verb. Let's see. Go. I can say, we go
Dos.
to the cinema.
The beach.
We go to the cinema.
Go.
Nosotros vamos al cine. We go to the
Goes.
cinema. Okay, what happens if the
We
subject is
going.
She goes to the
Goes.
cinema.
Goes.
She go.
She goes to the cinema.
The cinema.
Yeah.
She goes to the cinema.
Yeah, she goes to the cinema. So look, the verb is different depending on the subject. But the exceptions are he, she, or it. Just for he, she, or it, you're going to use the S in the verb. I, you, we, and they are not affected. You only use the verb. But just he, she, or it are affected. Okay, this is something that you are going to find in the manual. Okay, this information is in the manual.
Okay.
Just let me share my manual right now.
What page?
Yep, let me tell you right now the page. 21, 22. It's on page 22 in the manual. Look, page 22. How to use the simple present, one more time, daily routines. Affirmative statements and negative statements. Look at the affirmative sentences. Can you help me, please, Eunice, to read the affirmative statements?
She makes many phone calls. He carries boxes into the truck. Cindy sends reports to the other companies. It helps workers be on time. My boss talks about the new rule.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so look at the subjects. She, he, Cindy, it, my boss. In all of these examples, we are talking about he, she, or it, okay? And look at the verb. The verb has the letter S. Makes, carries, sends, helps, talks. If you observe, for example, the one about my boss, if you see, for example, the one about my boss, in that one it says, my boss talks. How do you know that it's a man or a woman? I don't know. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. But probably you are going to have extra information in this sentence. And then you will know if it's a man or a woman. Maybe I can say something like, my boss talks about the new rules. She likes to
Arriba, mira.
tell
Tío,
that
arriba.
information, for example.
Parate en la
She
cama.
likes to tell us that information. So look, in that case, you know that the boss is a woman because the extra information has the subject she. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. So you need more information. However, if you observe carefully, it says my boss. They are talking about one person. Solo está hablando de una persona. Por eso es que lleva la S. They are talking about one person. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but it's talking about one person. Right? So, do you understand that? Yes? No?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, great. What happens with the negative sentences? Can you help me, Pedro, to read the negative sentences, Peter?
Okay. She doesn't make many phone calls. He doesn't carry boxes into the truck. Cindy doesn't send reports to other companies. It doesn't help workers be on time. My boss doesn't talk about the new rules. Sí.
Rules. Okay,
Rules.
thank you very much. The new rules. Okay, as you can see now, we are going to use the auxiliary doesn't. Okay, doesn't. And doesn't is the contraction for does not. So, in the last class, we studied the auxiliary don't. I don't like you. I don't work. I don't study. But now, the subject is he, she, and it. So, I'm going to use the auxiliary doesn't. Okay? Doesn't, and the principal verb is in the base form. Ya no vamos a usar la S. Look, no more S in negative sentences. But you need to use the auxiliary doesn't, the negative. So negative auxiliary. When the subject is he, she, or it. Oscar, can you help me to read the examples, please?
Okay. He doesn't study in school.
Mhm.
She doesn't like cheese. It doesn't work well.
Well, it
Well,
doesn't work well. Yes, thank you, Oscar. So now we have
okay.
doesn't study, doesn't like, doesn't work. We have the subject, auxiliary doesn't, principal verb, and the complement, and no more S. The rule of the letter S is only for affirmative sentences. In negative sentences, the auxiliary is doesn't and no S in the verb. Okay? So, for example, imagine that I have the sentence over here. She works a lot. She works a lot. Affirmative sentence. What is the negative?
She
She
does
doesn't work.
work
A lot.
a lot.
Okay, she doesn't work a lot. Auxiliary doesn't and the principal verb work.
Work.
Another example. My mom cooks. My mom cooks. What is the negative?
My mom doesn't cook.
Doesn't
Cook.
Okay, my mom doesn't cook.
Doesn't cook.
Mhm. My mom cooks affirmative. My mom doesn't cook in negative. So you are using auxiliary doesn't and the principal verb in the base form. No more S. The S disappears. Yay. So you use it only in affirmative sentences. Yay. You don't use the S in negative and in questions. But then you have to use the auxiliary. That is the most important. Eso sí, auxiliaries, auxiliaries, auxiliaries. Okay? So you see the difference? Do you see the difference between I and she, you and he?
Mm,
Yep. Any question? If you have questions, tell me. Preguntas, díganme ahorita. Después ya no les contesto. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yo tengo una duda.
Yes, Zulma.
¿En qué momento se sustituye la Y por IS en los verbos?
Ahorita. Right now, right now. Ya les explico. Yeah, Zulma is asking about the spelling of the verbs. And that is another thing, Look, note, look at this. The spelling is important, really, really important when you are writing. Of course, when you are talking, not that much. But when you're writing, the spelling is really, really important. So look at these examples right here. Help me, please, Zulma, with the first chart.
Verbs ending in CH, S, SH, O, X, and ES. Watch, watches, guess, guesses, finish, finishes, go, goes, fix,
Fixes?
fix, fixes, kiss, kisses, do, does.
Thank you. Then on the other side, we have verbs ending in a consonant plus Y. Consonant plus Y. You have to change the letter Y, and now you are going to use IES. For example, Ever, can you help me with examples, please?
Okay. Study, studies. Carry, carries. Fly, flies. Cry, cries. Try, tries.
Okay. Now, in the pronunciation, you just have to say studies, carries, flies.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
cries and tries. So now, this is something important, as I told you. You have to take a look at the end of each word, at the end of each verb. If they finished with CH, S, SH, O, X, you are going to add the word or letters ES, right? So you are going to say something like, I watch movies, and she watches movies. Look, she watches movies. I watch movies, she watches movies. Another one. Go. Go. But she
goes.
goes. Okay. ES. Why? Because the verb finishes with O. Okay. Y cuando termina con O le pongo ES. Goes. On the other side, we have the letter Y. Look, but it says verbs ending in a consonant plus Y. So for example, study. Study. Look, we have the consonant D, and then we have the letter Y. Consonant D, and then we have Y. So when I change the subject, I am going to remove the Y, and I'm going to add I-E-S. Studies. Okay. Consonant and Y. Look at the other one. The other one says fly, like pilots. The pilot flies a plane. So F-L-Y. What is the consonant? The consonant is L and then Y. So what happens? What is the spelling? When the subject is he, she, or it, we have F, L, I, E, S. Flies. Consonant plus Y. Do you understand that? Questions?
Teacher, verb of play.
Play. Ah, good. What happens with play? What happens with play? Good, Oscar. What is the spelling of play, Oscar? Can you tell me the spelling? How do you spell play?
B L L A G.
Why?
Why? Sorry. Why?
Okay. Why? Good. What happens in this case?
No lleva don't ending in a consonant plus Y.
Hey, very good. Yes, Frida. It doesn't end with a consonant and Y. What do we have here?
In this case, place.
Okay. It's only place. Okay, so we have vowel and Y. Es una vocal más la letra Y, right? Vowel plus Y. So what happens in this case? Nothing. You only include the S. Place. You don't change anything in this one. You don't change anything. No cambiamos nada. Okay, why not? Because we have a vowel plus Y. Vowel, hay una vocal más Y. Y en estas hay una consonante más Y. That is the difference. Did I solve your question, Oscar? ¿Le pude responder la pregunta, Oscar? Yes?
Yes, sí. Yes.
Okay, great, great, great. Great, great. So yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference between the IES and the S when the word finishes in Y. Any other question?
Yes. No. No.
Okay, okay. And then Sulma asked, right? Then Sulma asked about the Y. So this is how you
No.
change, how you change the verb. When the subject is he, she, or it. Okay, if you don't have questions, ustedes dicen que no tienen preguntas. Okay, okay, you don't have questions. Let's see. The negative sentences are with the auxiliary don't, right? The auxiliary doesn't. So let's see. In the manual, well, I have more examples here, sorry. Before going to the manual, I have more examples here. Look, I buy, that is another example. I buy, she buys. I buy, she buys. What happens here? We have a vowel plus the Y. So I only have to include the letter S. Or look at the other example. They play, he plays. But what happens if I say, I cry? I cry. Consonant plus Y. I change it, and now I say, the baby cries. Look, because we have consonant and Y. So here we have more examples. Can you help me, please, Roberto, with these examples?
Okay, teacher. I don't work. You don't work. We don't work. They don't work. She doesn't work. No, he doesn't work. She doesn't work. I doesn't work. My boss, she or he work with me. She's really nice.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So here we have more examples using the negative auxiliaries. Negative auxiliary don't and negative auxiliary doesn't. So, look, depending on the subject, you're going to choose the correct auxiliary. This is what I told you at the beginning. Look at this example of the bus. Here we have an example of the bus. My boss. If I say my boss, you don't know if it's a man or a woman. So that's why we have in parentheses she or he. But then I give you more examples or more sentences, or I give you more details. And then you know that I'm talking about a woman because it says she's really nice. My boss, she's really nice. Oh, okay. Her boss is a woman, not a man. The extra information is important in this case to understand if you are talking about a man or a woman. Okay, look, here I have some sentences, and what you have to do is find the mistakes, find the errors. So work, and in the chat of Zoom, here in the chat, write the mistake and the correction. Teachering number 1, like incorrect, correct, likes. So let's do it in the chat of Zoom. Correct the sentences. You have 5 minutes. Do it, please, everybody. In the chat of Zoom, correct the sentences. Number 1, like no, likes yes.
Sure, hay que poner la negativa también. The negative form.
No. Only the correction. For example, in
Okay.
number, yeah, only the correction. Yes, not the complete sentence.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. In the first one, it says he liked basketball. What is the correction?
He likes basketball.
Exactly. So, Roberto, what is the correction? What is the mistake?
The mistake is like because he need to add the letter S at verb, in the verb.
Exactly. You need to add the letter S. Very good. Thank you. Number two, look. Mary no likes to eat pizza. That is incorrect. What is the correct sentence, Rebecca?
Mary don't like to eat pizza.
So what is the mistake?
Likes.
Like.
It's like.
Okay, no likes with S.
Yes.
Okay, and what happens with the auxiliary, Rebecca?
Like.
The auxiliary?
Likes. Like. Yes.
Okay.
Mary no likes to eat pizza.
Yeah, that is definitely incorrect. So, the negative auxiliary, Rebecca, is don't or doesn't?
Don't.
But the subject is Mary.
Is doesn't.
Doesn't.
Ah, okay, okay, exactly. The auxiliary is doesn't. So the complete sentence would be,
Mary doesn't like to eat pizza.
yes, that's right. Mary doesn't like. Yes, good, good, thank you. Number 3, look, the film finishes at 8. That is incorrect. What is the correct sentence, Sulma?
The film finishes at 8.
Okay, so what is the correction in this case?
And finish ending is 8. Yes.
Exactly, very good. Finishes. Okay, thank you. Number 4, my friends goes on holiday next week. That is incorrect. Frida, what is the correction over there?
My friends go on holiday.
Why?
Because no sabría cómo explicarlo.
The subject, because of the subject, right? Yeah, the subject. It says my friends in plural. That's why the verb is in the base form. If it said my friend, only one friend, then you are going to use the S. But it says my friends in plural. Okay, Eric, help me with the next one. Nicole Kidman, no act in a lot of films.
Sería Nicole Kidman. Don't act in a lot of films.
Are you sure it's don't?
Yes.
Nicole Kidman is like I, you, he, she, it.
It doesn't.
She.
It's like she. Okay, good. Yes, Roberto, yes. The correction is Nicole Kidman. It can be she, right, in this case. She doesn't. She doesn't act. Yes. So, Nicole Kidman. Puedo sustituir Nicole Kidman por la palabra she. Y como puedo hacer eso, el auxiliar va a ser doesn't.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. Francisco, help me with the next one, Francisco.
He don't play in the garden at break.
What is the auxiliary? Sorry.
Don't.
Why?
Doesn't.
He.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Hasta ahorita voy entendiendo, teacher. Yo creí que había entendido.
Ahí está. Pero ya veo, vamos entendiendo. Tell us, Frida, what did you just realize?
Bueno, me van a disculpar, me siento sumamente mal, pero
It's okay.
Sería que lleva es en don't, en lugar de llevarlo en la palabra.
¿Así? Sí. Así, exacto. That's right. It depends on the subject, right? Dependiendo del sujeto, usted pone don't o doesn't. Right? En the verb, en las negativas, el verbo ya no lleva S, solo en las afirmativas. Pero tiene que ver los sujetos, ¿ok? El sujeto es I, you, we or they. El verbo es normal y pone don't en los negativos. Pero si el sujeto es he, she or it, va a poner doesn't. Ajá. Ya no va a llevar ese el verbo. Y si es afirmativa, va a llevar ese el verbo. Si el sujeto es he, she, or it. Y no necesariamente va a haber la palabra he, she, or it. A veces le va a salir un nombre. Por ejemplo, Nicole Kidman. Right? En el caso de Nicole Kidman estamos hablando de una mujer. Y si yo quito Nicole Kidman, le puedo poner she. Por eso es que lleva ese. ¿Ok?
Ok. Thank you,
Yes. Okay, you're welcome. En el caso de my friends, como pudieron ver, dice my friends. ¿Qué palabra puedo usar en lugar de my friends?
They or we.
Exactly. They.
They.
Ujú. Sí, sí.
Or your.
Or you. Well, let me see. Podría
You.
utilizar we si dijera my friends and I. Mis amigos y yo.
Yes.
Ahí podría decir we. Pero solo dice my friends. Entonces my friends está plural y lo sustituyo por
It's they.
they. Ajá. Si dijera, por ejemplo, my girlfriend. My girlfriend. ¿Cuál puedo utilizar para sustituir my girlfriend?
She.
She.
She. She. Exactly. Ahí es donde podemos ir viendo si el verbo va a llevar ese o no. Si no me sale he ni she, usted va a ir sustituyendo nombres. Y así va a darse cuenta si va a utilizar la S o no la va a utilizar. Ok. Pero lo chivo de esto es que la S solo es en las afirmativas. En las negativas no, ni en las preguntas. Okay. Remember that, ese es un tip. Okay, so, he no plays in the garden. Mala, incorrect, horrible. So, the correct sentence is, he doesn't.
He doesn't play.
Play, that's right. You don't use the S anymore. No more.
No, because.
Yes. Robert?
No, because we are using the auxiliary doesn't in this case.
Correct. We're using the auxiliary doesn't. That's right. Yes, thank you, Robert.
You're welcome.
Good. Okay, and the last one is our teacher talked very clearly. Incorrect. What is the correction? Our teacher talks. That's right. Our teacher talks.
Very clear.
So I don't know if I'm talking about a man or a woman. I don't know. But you're going to use talks because you're talking about one person. Okay, just one person, our teacher. Si dijera our teachers, plural, what is the verb?
Talk.
Exactly. Our teachers talk. It's plural, so the verb is normal. Nothing. You don't use nothing in the verb. Okay. So let me do this. Let's create more examples. Wait. Okay, Ever, tell me one sentence using I.
I go to the park every Sunday.
Okay, I go to the park every Sunday. Thank you. What happens if the subject is you? What is the complete sentence?
You go.
Exactly. You go to the park every Sunday. What happens if the subject is they?
They go.
They go to the park every Sunday. If the subject is we, then
Go.
we go to the park. What happens if the subject is he?
He goes.
He goes.
Okay. He goes to the park. What happens if the subject is she?
Goes.
She goes
She goes.
to the park.
She goes.
Goes to the park. And if the subject is it?
Goes.
It goes to the park.
It
Okay.
goes.
Yes, that's right. So, look, the verb is different depending on the subject. The negative changes to I go. The negative is I
don't.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't go. You go to the park. Negative?
You don't.
You don't.
You don't.
You don't go. Okay. They go to the park. Negative?
They
don't go.
go.
Okay. We go to the park.
We don't go.
Yes. But what happens with he?
He doesn't.
He doesn't go to the park.
Okay. He doesn't go to the park. Okay. She goes to the park. Negative.
She doesn't.
Doesn't
Doesn't go to the park.
Okay. She doesn't go to the park. And the last one, it goes to the park. Negative.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Doesn't go. Okay. Questions? No? It's clear now? Better? Better? Okay. If this is clear, then it will be easier to understand what we have in the manual. Let's take a look at the manual right now. This is the grammar of this lesson. He, she, and it. The verb with the S. Now, look at the conversation over here. We have a conversation between Janet and Cindy. Okay, this is on page 21. Okay, here we have a conversation between Janet and Cindy. Let me read the conversation for you. It says, good morning, Cindy. How are you? Fine. I have many things to do this week, but Katie is very busy. Really? Who is Katie? The new secretary. Her schedule is very tight. On Monday, she makes many phone calls. Later, she writes reports about the production. And what does she do the other days? On Wednesday, she sends some emails to the bookkeeper. And on Friday, she arranges meetings. She's so busy. And on weekends? In this conversation, they are talking about another person. They are not talking about Janet and Cindy, right? They are talking about another person. And that person is the new secretary. They are talking about her schedule. They're talking about her activities. And they are using the S. Look, she makes, she writes, she sends, she arranges. Because they are talking about another girl. No están chambreando, okay? They are talking about something different, like different activities. So, look at the exercise that we have in part 3. Katie's daily routine. It says, read the conversation and complete the chart with Katie's information. What are her activities on Monday? Katie's activities on Monday. What is the activity? What is it? What is it? Do you
He
remember?
makes
He
many
make many
phone calls.
phone calls.
Okay, he or she?
She.
She.
Oh, okay. She makes many phone
Phone
calls.
calls.
Okay, very good. Good, good. Wait. She makes many phone calls. What about on Tuesday? What are her activities on Tuesday? Do you know? There some information or no information?
No
No
information.
information.
Ah, okay, no information about Tuesdays. What about Wednesdays?
She sends some
Send some email
emails
To the bookkeeper.
to the bookkeeper.
Okay, bookkeeper. Yeah, she sends some emails to the bookkeeper. Okay, she sends some emails to the bookkeeper. Good. What about Thursdays? Do they mention something about Thursdays?
No.
No
No.
information.
No information, okay. Friday.
She
She
arranged
arranges
meetings.
meeting.
Okay, she arranges meetings. Good. Arranges. Arranges means plans, organizes. That's what they mean. Plans or organizes. That is the meaning of arranges. Okay. What about the weekend? Do they mention something about the weekend? Activities on the weekend?
No.
No information.
No.
No information, right? No information about the weekends. So here they are talking about Katie's activities, Katie's daily routine. So they are using the letter S in the verb. Makes, sends, arranges. Look, different activities. A different form of the verb. And this is what we have in the manual in this part. Now, let's work on the exercise on the next page in the manual. Let's work on the exercise. Activity number 5, complete. Complete the sentences with the verb in parentheses. We have some verbs in parentheses. Some of them are affirmative and some others are negatives. So let's continue using the chat of Zoom. Write the correct word. Write the correct form of the verb, okay? 5 minutes. Write please in the chat the correct answer. Affirmative or negative in the chat.
Teacher, porque no puedo verlo.
Ya se los puse. No me había fijado que no le estaba compartiendo la pantalla. Ahorita. ¿Ahorita sí lo puede ver? ¿El ejercicio? Peter? Or the others?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
No.
Lo voy a compartir.
Ah, sí, ok.
Sí.
Ya.
Ok. Sí, antes no lo estaba compartiendo y no me había fijado que no se lo estaba compartiendo.
Sí. Uy, sí.
Ok.
Ok, gracias. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, guys, let's work together on the exercise. Number 1. What is it? He.
Orders.
Okay. He orders.
Orders.
Wait. Yeah, number 1 is he orders. Okay. Orders. Good. The complete sentence is he orders everything in the office. What about number 2? Amy and Teresa
Ask.
ask. Exactly.
Ask.
In this one, we don't have the letter S, right? What about number 3?
Helen doesn't go. Helen doesn't go. Call.
Doesn't go.
No, call.
Call, sorry.
Call.
Doesn't call. Yes, that's right. Doesn't call.
Doesn't call.
She doesn't call the design department. Number 4. She
Cleans.
Excellent. She cleans. Number
Cleans.
1 again.
Right.
I write.
Right.
Right.
Great. I like your pronunciation because you don't say great, but right. Okay. The other number 1.
Doesn't keep.
Doesn't keep.
Doesn't keep.
And the other one?
Buys.
Okay, very good. He buys. That's right. Okay. Complete sentence, Pedro. Complete sentence number 3. Can you read it, please?
Helen doesn't call. ¿Ya estaba o no?
Yes, only read the complete. Solo lea la oración completa, please.
Sí. Perdón. Helen doesn't call. Helen doesn't call the design department on weekend.
Weekends, okay. Right, thank you. Let me see. Francisco, can you read number 4, please? The complete sentence.
She cleans our desk in the mornings.
Correct. Eunice, what about the next one?
I write a list with the things we need at 9 p.m.
9 a.m. Yes, thank you. Carlos Aquino, what about the last one? About Mario? Mario.
Mario. Mario doesn't keep a record of the
merchandise
he buys.
He buys. Very good. Doesn't keep a record of merchandise. Great. Okay, so here we have the practice, one practice of he, she, and it, and the different forms of the verb. Now, we are going to have one more practice of this topic, and that one is over here. It says that you have to write a paragraph, write a short paragraph describing the activities that one of your friend or family member does at work. 3 affirmative sentences and 2 negative sentences. Then share your information with the class. You're going to work in groups. You're going to work in small groups. So, look, describe one partner's routines or some information about a friend. For example, look, I have an example of my best friend. My best friend is Jancy. Okay, I have a best friend and her name is Jancy, like me. So it says, my best friend's name is Jancy. She is a psychologist. She works for a big company. Some of her activities at work are, she supervises the learning process of students. She sends reports to her boss. She prepares lessons for her classes. She doesn't organize meetings, and she doesn't visit clients. This is my example. This is the information of my friend Jancy. But what about your friend? I want you to write some information about your friend, his or her activities. Okay? Do you understand the activity right now? Yep. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. You just have to describe the activities of your friend or the activities of your family member at work. Similar to this paragraph of my friend. You can do it here in the chat of Zoom as well, or in your notebooks. Okay, so describe your friend's routines. So let me see the time. It is 9:44. You have 5 minutes. This is very simple as well. 5 minutes. Describe your partner's routine at work. Let me check the attendance, please. Everybody say present when I say your name. Emperatriz Aguilar.
Present.
Thank you. Carlos Aquino.
Present.
Thank you. Isabel Blanco.
Present.
Thank you. Rebeca Cabrera.
Present.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca. Oscar Castro. Oscar Castro. What happened with Oscar? Okay, let me see. Roberto Funes.
Present.
Thank you, Kevin. Moisés Guzmán.
Present.
Thank you, Moisés. Zulma López.
Present.
Thank you. Raúl Martínez. Raúl Martínez is not connected. Oh. Okay, Eunice Mejía.
Present.
Thank you. Frida, she was connected with her. Francisco Morales.
Present.
Thank you. Eric Quinteros. Okay, let me see. Eve Rodríguez.
Present.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Ever. Sorry. Rosa Sánchez.
Present.
Thank you, Rosa. And Pedro Tobar.
Present.
And Roberto Melara. Robert.
Present.
Thank you. Okay, so I see that everybody, did you finish with the paragraph? Yes?
No.
No yet, almost. Okay, we're going to do something right now. To practice as a group, okay, you are going to go right now to the small rooms, okay, to practice and share the information of your partner or the information of your friend or your family member. So we are going to work in groups of 4, more or less, okay? And in those groups, I want you to share the information of your partner or your family member. We're going to have 3 groups. In each group, group number 1 is going to be with Emperatriz, Eunice, Moisés, Rebecca, and Roberto. So you share your paragraph in groups. Group number 2 is Isabel, Pedro, Rosa, and Zulma. And the group number 3 is going to be with Carlos, Aquino, Ever, Francisco, and Kevin. So let's work in groups. Share your paragraph with your partners, okay? Please accept the invitation. Accept the invitation to work in groups. Moises, accept the invitation.
Ah, sí, no estoy ahí. Ahorita voy. Estaba resolviendo algo
Okay.
del trabajo. Me había fijado.
Oh, okay, okay. You will be in the, okay, great. Okay.
I go.
Go, go, go. Hello, Eric.
Hello, teacher. Sorry, se me apagó el celular.
Ah, it's okay, no problem, no problem. Va, ahorita están trabajando en grupitos, así que lo voy a mandar a un grupo. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. Let me see qué grupo es este. Group number 2. Here.
In the company. He doesn't tell China. No sé.
Organize creo que es. Organize.
Organizar,
Organize.
no sé cómo se pronuncia, perdón.
Organize.
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 Aquí sí ponen las cámaras, ¿verdad? Ah.
Para conocer mis partners. Para saber con quién voy.
Robert, your camera. Okay, continue, sorry.
Sorry, teacher.
A mí se me va la señal a cada rato. Me saca.
Yes, teacher, me too. This is the reason like I don't turn off my camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it's true.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, continue, guys. Continue.
Okay.
Ya se fue la teacher.
No.
No.
Ya le voy a poner 0.
Roberto
No, teacher,
Melara.
Apúrese, Roberto.
Iba a hablar, pero se me olvidó lo que yo iba.
Okay, bye.
Es que por eso.
Ay, no.
Colocando más.
Pues no sé.
O Eric. O Eric Quinteros.
Ah, es que Eric creo que no está conectado.
Ah.
Es que ya aparece.
Sí. Sí, ahí aparece, pero creo que no está Eric.
Hello.
Ujú. Nos están observando.
I'm watching you. Yes, I'm watching you.
Ya terminamos, teacher.
Oh, you finished? Really, you finished?
Sí, ya.
Okay.
Ya pasamos todo.
Okay, you can go back
We
then.
finish.
Okay, great. Go back to the principal group.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Hello, teacher.
Tiene mute, teacher.
Hello. Yes. Hello. Pensé que no me iban a ver. I thought I was gonna be like a ghost. Did you finish?
Yes, finish.
Okay, great. Hey, Kevin. Hello. Kevin es bien callado, ¿verdad? Kevin is kind of shy, very shy. Okay, guys.
No. Sorry.
Yes, ever tell me.
No, I'm sorry. Saludé a mi hermano, lo siento.
Okay. Okay, guys. So if you finish, you can go back to the main group.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Okay, Pedro, tell us the information of your partner. Share with the class.
Lo que yo dije o lo que lo dijeron ellos.
No, what
Lo que
you
yo dije.
said. Yes, what you said.
Ah, okay. My sister works home office. She doesn't play football. She and I visit our mothers all weekend. Hasta ahí me había quedado.
Just that. Just that. Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you so much, Pedro. You talk about you and your sister. Great. Thank you. Okay, Rebecca, tell us.
Hi.
Hello.
The everything.
Yes, your paragraph.
My best friend name is Samantha. She's a dentist. She works in the little office dentist. Some of her activities at work are she survivor expedientes, no sé cómo se dice.
Files.
Spider, the are claimed. She attends claimed. She doesn't watch things. She doesn't go out eat.
She doesn't go out to eat.
Ella no sale a comer afuera.
Okay, she doesn't go out
She
to eat.
doesn't go out eat.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rebecca. Good information. Thank you, thank you. What about Isabel? Tell us, Isabel.
My friend name is Marina. She is a doctor. She works for the General Hospital. Some of the activities at work are she looks at patients in serious condition. She orders the medication they must take. She heals. She doesn't do surgery. She doesn't keep private consultants.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Isabel. Thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, we finished today's class. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrito. Okay? Have a good
See
night.
tomorrow. Good night, teacher.
Bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
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 See you tomorrow.
See you.
Good night, teacher.
Bye.